Friends, we discussed about the tools for development of the new world order. If we go back into the previous discussions, we had a discussion on need for self knowledge, that is Atm Gyan ki zarurat in the very beginning. We had a discussion on self realization. We had a discussion on social democratic capitalism SDC as a political and economic system, and we also had discussion on self-realization. But coming for the tools, new world order, as we discussed, requires enlightened human beings. Human beings who have grown beyond the material limitations and have acquired higher conscious awareness and spiritual capabilities. When we mentioned that by keeping our hands open and by praying to our gods, whoever is our God, we can achieve self realization. What we are trying to say is that every human being is created with capability to acquire self-realization, and this is a stage of evolution. To overcome the problems and limitations of Kali Yuga, the modern material world, we need to evolve the consciousness of human beings as citizens and the people. This evolution in consciousness will not only empower them with self realization to know about their own self and others, but will also give them special capabilities. Therefore, the first tool for creating a new world order is enlightenment of the human beings through self realization. Once the people are self realized, once the people are enlightened, they will look at the world in a very balanced view and will develop political, educational, service sector, foreign policies, defense policies, finance, banking, and all that which makes the human society a productive and creative society. These developments will be in balance in the sense nature will not be exploited, but nature will be taken into confidence and work will be done in line with the limitations and blessings of the nature. Resources will not be overexploited, needs will not be overexploited, people will not be encouraged for overconsumption, people will live a balanced life, having everything which makes the life pleasure and living in joy. Enlightenment will make human beings capable of understanding their requirements, needs within the boundaries and gifts and blessings of the nature. That will be the one requirement. When we talked about Atmagyan, it is a self-knowledge which comes from self-realization. If we go back into those talks in the beginning of the series, uh, somewhere in April, May, that it was started. That is the first video talk on YouTube, and come back to the political system, which will have social democratic capitalism, which means it will be a balanced system having social concerns, democratic values, and capitalistic approach for creating resources, but limits, all within limits of enlightenment. Corruption will be removed. Corruption will be looked at as a evil, and every citizen will shun corruption. For this, the enlightened needs of the people will be considered as human needs, and there will be no need for anyone to adopt illegal, criminal, unethical ways of creating, generating sources, resources, services, and requirements. Hence, no corruption. The policy towards the neighbors, first, the borders will be only philosophical to make people live within their own resources, but otherwise, there will be no need of the battlefields or the wars for survival. If still some evil comes up, the enlightened people will be in a position to neutralize the impact of evil through philosophical, spiritual ways without entering into mass destruction of people. In the enlightened society, the finance, the banking, the policies, the law, administration will be all dealt with human concern. People will look at life of every citizen, every human being, every living, even nature, with compassion, with feelings, with understanding, and ensure everybody lives in a balanced way. Such a system which will be created or based on human self realization or awakening of the spiritual powers and looking at the life beyond the material. It is not going back into the orthodox ways of living, but developing enlightened ways of looking. Religion will be having respect for every divine form and hence a universal pure religion. Social democratic values with capitalistic approach for generating resources where needed. Therefore, the new society, the enlightened society, the new world order will be based on self-realized, enlightened human being as politicians, as leaders, as educators, as business people, as defense people, as banking people, and as service class. They all will respect each other and enjoy the gifts of life which will be given by everyone to everyone through their own good feelings and deeds done to satisfy each other's needs. Such an enlightened system, using enlightenment as its approach, Its constitution, its rules will be basically true dharma. Dharma means rules of existence. And such system will be a joy of living. Not just satya, not just truth, but much beyond that. Much beyond. Truth with enlightenment. Such system had been there in the past. Some 20, 30,000 years back will come again, but in a far renewed form, in a more evolved form than it has been in the past. Therefore, new literature, new Vedas, new Upanishads, new Sanhitas, new books of wisdom will be generated in the enlightened society for the enlightened people with much higher levels of awareness. This is the overall need and expectation and goal of doing it. God bless all. Let us hope we will all enjoy the enlightened society, enlightened systems, enlightened existence soon with new awareness. God bless all. Thank you very much. Jai Bharat. Jai Hind. Jai India.